Define the following. Letter A. What is intrinsic semiconductor? Intrinsic semiconductor is also called an undoped semiconductor or an I-type semiconductor. It is a pure substance with significant dopant species that are present. And also, letter B, negative NTC or negative temperature coefficient. It refers to materials that experiences a decrease in electrical resistance when their temperature is raised. And letter C, what is covalent bond? It is a chemical bond that involves the sharing of electron pairs between atoms. Number 2, describe the difference of p-type and n-type semiconductor materials in terms of added impurities and carriers. So in p-type semiconductor materials, trivalent impurities is added, such as aluminum, gallium, or indium elements from the periodic table. And while in n-type, impurities added is pentavalent impurities, such as phosphorus, arsenic, etc. That are added in n-type semiconductor. And in terms of carriers, the majority carriers in p-type are holes and the minority is electrons, while in n-type semiconductor the majority is electrons and the minority carriers are holes. Okay, number 3, we have to sketch the energy gap of conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. So first we have conductor. This is the sketch of conductor. As you can see, the conduction and valent bond are overlapping. It means that there is no gap, or it has zero gap. While in semiconductor, conduction and valent bonds, 1 electron voltage gap. And in insulator, we have gap of 5 electron voltage between conduction and valent bonds. So this is the sketch of insulator. Number 4, in terms of depletion region, when p-n type is formed, some of the free electrons from the in region will diffuse across the junction and combine to form a holes. Combine with the holes to form a negative ions. In doing so, they leave behind a positive ions to the donor impurities. And in terms of current flow of no bias, here is the sketch. In no bias, as you can see, it has equilibrium or zero bias. It means that there is no depletion region form. So wala. And in forward bias, there is a movement in ions, positive and negative, in n-type and p-type. So there is a movement in p-n junction. So in doing so, the depletion region will form. So there is a small depletion region form in forward bias, while in reverse bias, the depletion region is wider. So that's the differences of that, and that's all.